Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, we did our little special trailer report when the trailer came out earlier this week, but now I'm going to do a little bit more in depth, and after having quite a few days to think about it, some of my views have changed, some of them have stayed the same, and some of them have just appeared. Someone mentioned to me that the scene at the end where Superman pulls the sides off of the Batmobile and Batman stands up, while very dramatic and very cool and seemingly very confrontational, could be, in fact, a rescue. Batman's in a flaming vehicle, it's possibly about to explode, maybe he's in terrible danger, and maybe the battle with Superman and Batman is over at this point and they've decided that they're friends, and Superman is going over there to get him out of the car to make sure he doesn't die. I'm not sure that's the case after watching it a few more times and after talking to some other people who say Superman looks really angry, and he also doesn't look like he's in any particular hurry to get to Batman. They show him moving over to the Batmobile fairly slowly. So I'm not sure. But this brought up another interesting point for me. What if, and this would be good for Superman, I think, even though everyone's kind of been saying this is more an introduction to Batman and getting to the Justice League than it is a movie about Superman or a direct Superman sequel. And we know it's not a sequel to Man of Steel, but it is a sequel to that universe, the first continuation of that universe, and now the introduction of these other characters, Wonder Woman, Batman, Alfred. What if he's maligned throughout this entire film? You know, the committee at the beginning, they're here seeing him. Holly Hunter's senator character, who's clearly working with Lex Luthor, wants to see him go down for it, but is that because she's been put up to it for Lex, and are all the other people in Lex's pocket as well? And now, is Lex also making Superman look bad in Batman's eyes as well, and kind of getting Batman, Wonder Woman, maybe all of them turned against each other so that he can get whatever it is he wants? And probably that starts with eliminating these people who are more powerful than him, or might have more influence than him, or might be able to control more outcomes in a way that Lex wouldn't want them controlled. But what's interesting is most of the people outside the courthouse here have negative signs towards Superman. There are a few good ones, and we may see more. The shot they show looks very negative towards Superman, even though he saved the world. And as I said, it's very realistic that some amount of people would be very afraid. Some would be very paranoid. Some would have had people die in the attack on the Earth by Zod and might blame Superman for it. This little committee, she uses the word committee. I thought it was like a world tribunal or something. A committee is like 5 people who decided in their community they wanted to, make a decision on something, and who cares. But it looks very official. It looks like it's being held in Washington, so it's probably very important. I don't know that committee is the right word for it. But I mentioned earlier this week that I didn't love Eisenberg's Lex Luthor the whole time. I love his conversation with the senator at the beginning where he talks about devils don't come from below, they come from above. But I don't like the red coats are coming. The red coats are coming. It just seems very flamboyant, very goofy, very Gene Hackman-esque. Not that he's being Gene Hackman, but more the goofy Luthor. He seems like a Riddler type character as opposed to a serious, very intelligent, very rich, very powerful businessman. It just seems very goofy, and I don't know what he's referring to, but I can't imagine that whatever he's referring to will make that line sound any better when I see it. It does look to me like almost everyone is against Superman in the trailer, and it does look like Batman is definitely the one who is starting the fight. Now, based on what they've shown in this trailer, it looks like Superman is the victim, and I would like that best, because it's almost like the enemy is everyone else, and our hero is being set upon by all of those people. So, if he's just defending himself and doing what he has to do and not really hurting anybody and going to Batman when he needs to for whatever reason, and then the battle starts and he's weakened by kryptonite and these kinds of things, it is the first time he's in the presence of kryptonite, so it might affect him even more strongly. In other words, it might really cancel out a lot of his strength and a lot of his powers, whereas usually I argue that kryptonite weakens him slowly and over time and will eventually kill him. But during that time, he's still going to be stronger than most men. He's still going to be able to repel a lot of attacks for a while. It'll get worse and worse as time goes on. But in the Dark Knight Returns book, which a lot of this is inspired by, he was weakened by many different things along the road before he finally got to battle with Batman and then took an arrow from Green Arrow that was kryptonite. He had already lost a lot of his energy and a lot of his reserves by doing lots of superheroic feats, and then the sun was blotted out. Whether that would work that way or not, he wasn't able to recharge. If they do a lot of that stuff in the movie here, then there's no problem with a highly trained fighting animal, Batman, to go toe-to-toe with him in an armored suit for a while. Especially if he continues to get weaker and or if there's kryptonite involved right then and there. It does look to me like Batman would be the bad guy based on the way this trailer looks. Saying things like, we have to destroy him, and I assume at this point that he's talking to Wonder Woman. It seems like there was a rumor that he had said at Comic-Con, Ben Affleck, that he likes the idea that he and Wonder Woman know each other's secrets, know each other very well, and are now trying to come together to do whatever they're going to do. Which seems like it means that, at least in the beginning, they both think they need to stop Superman, and he says, and now we need to destroy him. That doesn't seem like words a Superman or a Batman or a Wonder Woman should say, we need to destroy him. It's very negative, especially when, as far as we know, he hasn't done anything directly to you or to directly hurt someone on purpose. So it seems odd. The branding with the bat symbol seems odd as well. It makes me wonder if maybe Lex is also setting up Batman in order to get Superman involved so that they will fight. It's very interesting, and the trailer, I've watched it many, many times. There are lots of imagery alluding to other comic books. There's the Peace on Earth thing. He's in front of a tribunal here. That's happened. The Batman in the desert fighting. The way Batman moves, the way he jumps off the building, there's a shot where there's a flash of lightning where he's leaping through the air directly from the Dark Knight books. So it's real cool, and they've clearly looked at their source material. We've got to see how the story goes, but I'm a little heartened by seeing this trailer. I feel like it does look like some forces are coming together to make Superman look worse than he is, and they are answering some of the fans' concerns about all the destruction that Superman didn't seem to do his best to stop from happening, although, as I've said, he was fighting a force that no one could be expected to fight against without there being some sort of collateral damage, and it would be unfortunate, but the alternative was having everyone be dead and everything be destroyed and Zod be in charge. So, I don't know, but thanks everybody for watching, and always look up in the sky.